YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Listen, Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Complex, bring that ass here. You guys need to answer for your crimes. Now, for the second year in a row, Complex released their top 25 hip-hop media personalities list. Last year's list was pretty decent, but this year, you can clearly tell Complex had no clue what to do. They basically mixed up names from last year, and then they added one or two YouTubers to the list and put it out. I told you guys in the last video, these lists are only meant to get engagement and to go viral. But now, thanks to Complex, we have two black men beefing about the list. I really hope you guys are happy, Complex. This is nasty work. Now, Charlamagne and Elliott Wilson, if you guys are not aware, these guys are not cool. They're not friends. They're not homies. At this point, they're not even colleagues. Almost a year ago, Elliott Wilson made it clear that him and Charlamagne are not friends. He feels like Charlamagne only looks out and only cares for people that sign to his podcast network.
I'm not feeling Charlamagne right now, though, too.
Why?
So, yeah, I don't like how he moves sometimes. I think the type of OG moves he doesn't do right to me. I feel like he's really much about his people's, his network, and how he's moving now. And I think there's a change. You sparked that and said that, and I think that there's truth to that. And the lines have kind of been drawn more about who is on his side and who's not.
Yeah, if you're not Black Effect, like you're like out the bus.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but what's you and his relationship like?
I mean, it's all respect. It's respect, though. Absolutely. We're not friends. We never been friends like that.
I feel like there's been a little bit of smoke there.
I gave it to you. I just said what it was. I agree with you. I don't see him in this chair.
Looks like there's definitely still smoke between these two guys. On today's episode of Brilliant Idiots podcast, Charlamagne was going through the list. When he got to Elliott's name, Charlamagne literally had nothing positive to say about him. He told Elliott, "You do not belong at number 5," and nothing else. No explanation, no nothing. Even Joe Budden, who Charlamagne does not like, got some positive words from Charlamagne. That's how you know there's some real smoke between these two guys. That's what Charlamagne said.
Elliott, I don't think you should be number 5. Number 4, Charlamagne the God. All right, now let me read this, right? Last year's ranking, number 3, featured on The Breakfast Club, going on in certain parts of the culture. You know, that's what we're asking people like Complex to do. Do a little bit more networking. I don't think y'all doing enough networking. You know what I mean? Not because y'all, there's no way you should have mishead our Nyla Simone on the list this year. You know what I'm saying? R had Elliott at number 5.
Now, Elliott Wilson took to Twitter to respond to Charlamagne. He says, "Suck a shit, Charlamagne," and then goes on to tell Charlamagne, "Fuck you," when Charlamagne said this.
But scroll up to one line that they said, because this is really my issue with the list. Well, he is a mainstay in rap media, even as he continues to broaden his scope and find new ways to transcend hip-hop. This is part of the reason he dropped the slot this year. Didn't Biggie say, "I never thought hip-hop would take it this far"? Why are people being penalized for being most sensible, like Van? Why am I dropping a spot because I'm transcending hip-hop? You should see me on CNN, MSNBC, Daily Show, my own late night talk show. You should see me on the New York Times bestsellers list, the USA Today national bestsellers list. You should see me with the Black Effect podcast, you know, and we have all of these podcasts that we're partnered with. You should see me in Kevin Hart's company, SBH with Audible, putting out all of these audio scripted content. You should see all of this and be like, damn, that's somebody from the culture. That's somebody from hip hop doing that. They shouldn't drop a spot because we're taking hip hop to different levels. Same thing with Jason Lee. I think Jason, that's what I mean when I say, why are you upset that people are transcending hip hop? I'm not trying to be the 50-year-old person still complaining about not being on lists, beefing with screamers, doing goofy shit, you know, starting shit, you know, online with rappers just to keep my name relevant. No, I want to do things and put myself in position to not just empower me, but to empower others. Because like I always tell y'all, if the things you build only benefit you, they're not big enough.
Now, hip-hop is a young man's sport. I don't blame Elliott for trying to keep up with the youngsters and keep his name out there. As funny as it was watching him backstage at Rolling Loud trying to interview younger artists, I respect it. He's still trying to put in the groundwork even though he knows he doesn't have to. And let's be honest, if he was doing some old head shit, interviewing artists from the 60s and 70s, nobody would care. Nobody would be talking about him. People would probably clown him and call him dated. Even though you may not agree with where he's placed on the list, you still gotta respect his hustle. And let me remind you guys once again, this is a bullshit list. Half of the people on this list don't even do hip-hop content. I'm telling you guys, they literally put together a whole bunch of names blindfolded. You guys get in the comments below, what do you guys think about Elliott Wilson's response to Charlamagne? Do you guys think Elliott Wilson took it a bit too hard, or was Charlamagne hating? Post your comments below, subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.